the beginning of January. Happy New Year to everybody. Happy 2019. We're here. We've made it. So today it snowed again, and it's cold, but have some just odds and ends to work on the van today. Taking a look at that big ugly black cable. Really want to do something with that. We're kind of thinking something along the idea of bandanas, and Beth's going to take a whack at just covering that up. I'm starting to work on the cabinet doors for the galley, and we're starting to take a look at how we will fasten out how we will make the fasteners for the base of the rear doors, so we can build out the rear doors. Okay, so today one of the things I'm working on is the cabinets for the galley, the cabinet doors, I should say, for the galley. And Beth yesterday painted up all of the trim pieces. As if you've seen in other videos that I've done where I have I've kind of shown you the finished cabinet door. So today I'm just going to start to clamp these up and glue these so we can get these on. So let me get the door that Beth painted. Okay, so I have my two shorter pieces cut, and I'll just kind of lay them on here and make sure we're good. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just kind of glue this down in place, clamp it, wait for this to dry or at least to set, flip it over. The back side I generally don't paint, I just leave that natural because nobody's going to see it anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. And 2 hinges, mount it, we're done. So they're really just this simple to make. So let's get the long pieces glued on a while. Paper towels on hand. Let's get some glue going down this guy. Nice. Just kind of spread him around. I don't need to cover everything because once I clamp it down, that is going to spread. And this just makes a really nice shaker style front to my cabinet door. Okay, clamp this guy into place. Good deal. Alright, so that's that side. That's this one. Alright. The exact same thing to the other side. And that's what it looks like all on the clamps. And we'll just let the glue dry on that, and we'll be good to go. We'll have a cabinet door. So one of the things I'm going to do while I wait for this to dry is do some tripod repair. And I have this Joby tripod, and the legs just fell out of it. Like they just literally, they were in there, it was fine, and they just came out. So I'm going to epoxy them back up in there and hope that that holds. Joby, what's the deal? You're supposed to be really good, but like this thing just kind of self-destructed, and honestly I've used it one time. I got it out, used it once, and I noticed the legs coming loose, and literally they just came right out the bottom. Put in the comments down below if there's something I've done wrong that I'm just not getting, but I think it should have been a little better than this Joby. So I've been looking on what we can do with these back doors, and somebody had mentioned rib nuts, and as I looked at the door, 1/4 rib nut here, and got 3 along the bottom there, actually 4 along the bottom. You have a couple more right here, and another one right here. There's one behind this handle. What I need to figure out is what to do with these slots on the top of the door, and I think I might have a solution. We're going to try this on one of them. I'm not going to do it right this second, but what we're going to do is I found, let's take this guy out of here. I found these guys, and what this is like a little hold down with a plastic catch down at the bottom. Now this little guy here is like a rectangle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, and they almost, I mean they come really close to just fitting right in that slot. And what I need is a 1/2 inch hole to get this in. And then once it's in there, I straighten these pieces out, slide this piece of plastic here up to that, and then this 1/4-20 bolt right here, he'll hold that in. These hold up to 1,000 pounds of force. So, you know, if I can get 4 or 5 of these in there along with the rib nuts, I think we're in good shape. The thing I need to work out is, you know, I don't know that I'm going to attach whatever I build on the rear doors, attach it with the rib nuts. I'm going to use the rib nuts and these to attach a base installation, like a base, some wood that I can screw into, like a 3/4 inch, some sort of 3/4 inch mounting piece of wood, and then some sort of structure here, and then redo the speaker area down here, insulate this all out. I think what we'll do with these doors, you know, we've been looking for where do we put our fly rods and our rod holders in general, and honestly I think these doors are, if I look here, you'll notice that this bottom plate here comes about equal right to here. So if I take from that plate up to the top here to about here, because you're going to remember then I have this up here to contend with, that makes, let me get this out of the way, actually makes for a really good rod holder. Beth figured out what to do with that big honking black cable going across, and she wrapped it in bandana material. I think it looks pretty good. We'll end up putting a shelf on here above the galley, but for now bandana looks way better than big honking cable. I like it. Nice. And there she goes with her hood up. Okay, so that's all we have time for today. It is getting on in the day, and so there's some other things other than just the van I've got to get done before we get the work week started. So, but Beth put up some really cool bandanas over this bloody ugly big cable that came through here. We'll tidy them up a little bit, but I thought that was a nice way to kind of cover up that honking thing. We're going to let the glue dry on the cabinet door and get the cabinet doors mounted on the galley. Be done with that. And I think we've got some good ideas going with the rear doors. So this week I'll start putting together a design as to what that needs to look like and begin to build that out. So that's what we have for this week. We got the cabinet doors going, we got the cable covered, and we had to take the Goal Zero battery in to the warm weather because it was just too cold sitting out here for a couple of days at a time. The battery chilled down too much, and when the battery itself gets down below freezing, it's not a big fan of it just won't charge. You can put it on the charger, but nothing happens. So I had to take the whole battery inside, kind of let it warm up a little bit. The battery's fine, doesn't hurt anything, but it was just really cold, so I had to take it in. We'll keep it in there for a couple of weeks. So that's what I have for this week. Just a quick update. Until next time, this is Ken. We'll see you on down the road. Peace, everybody. Enjoy your week.